Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Tonight we are live from Portland for Game 1 of the 2038 ALCS between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Portland Privateers. Portland coming into this game as the winners of the American League West and owners of the best record in the American League, facing off with Tampa Bay, who won the American League East. For today's lineups, Tampa is going to send out a lineup of Chad Nigg leading off and playing center field, followed by Orlando Rosas, Kevin Ragazzi, Joel Clausen, Eddie Markham, Chris Wright, Jose Estacio, Ed Morales, and Melvin Andrade is going to bat ninth. For the Portland Privateers, leading off will be DH Mike Johnson, followed by Tim Mormon, Chris Long, Josh Longino, Joe Woodard, Ken Guarnieri, John Fagan, Danny Quinones doing the catching, Dave Snyder batting ninth and playing short. Chris Rader will be starting this game for the Tampa Bay Rays. He started 33 games, went 13-12 with a .468 ERA this season. He will be opposed by Portland's Chris Latchford, who has made 32 appearances with a 16-12 record and a .376 ERA. It is 47 degrees, kind of chilly here in Portland tonight. Wind blowing in from center at 9 mph, and it is time to get this game underway. Portland trying to set a record for the fastest expansion team to ever make the World Series. And they have the potential to do that during the course of this ALCS. Latchford on the mound facing Nigg, Quinones behind the plate, and we are ready to get this game underway. 2-strike count. Nigg standing on the mound, carefully considering his options, and here comes the pitch. And strike three is delivered at the knees, a fastball at 91, and that at-bat is over. Latchford has his first strikeout of the game. Rosas now batting, facing off with Latchford. Here is a 3-1 pitch, and that is low and in for ball four. So the Rays have a runner on first with one out in the top of the first inning. Ragazzi now the batter. As we see, he has hit 2 home runs and batted .429 in the postseason so far. Been very, very hot. Ragazzi waiting for the first pitch, and it's a pop-up down the right field line. Chasing in foul territory is the second baseman. He makes the play, and that is out number 2. So now Latchford will face Clausen. He is the Tampa DH, and he is also batting .400 in the postseason. 2-1 count, and there's a pop-up to center field. The center fielder is coming in. He looks up, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Tampa Rays strand a runner. They do not score. We're going to the bottom of the first of a scoreless ball game. Rader on the mound, facing off against his former general manager. Rader pitched for Detroit for GM Matt Eisenhammer for many years. And now he's facing the Portland leadoff batter, Mike Johnson. Johnson waiting for the pitch, 1-strike count, and he is hit in the knee. Man, that had to hurt. Rader delivers a sinker, 92 miles an hour, and he might have broken his knee with that one. That would look really painful. So now Rader is facing Mormon. Mormon, who was the MVP of the division series against Oakland, standing in against Rader with a runner on first and nobody out. Here comes the pitch. That is inside. The throw goes down to second on the stolen base attempt, and he is out. The Tampa catcher guns one down. That's right. And he throws out the base runner at second base. So now there's one out and nobody on. Mormon continuing his at-bat with a full count. Raider delivers. That is low. It is ball 4. So a walk is issued. And Raider continuing to work in the bottom of the first inning, now with a runner on first and 1 out. Here is Chris Long. Chris Long hit 22 home runs during the regular season. There's a grounder up the middle. The shortstop has it. He steps on second, relay to first, and that will end the inning. A 6-3 double play, and Tampa manages to navigate that inning without allowing a run. So we're going to the top of the second now. It is still 0-0 here in Portland. Latchford on the mound facing Markham. Latchford working, 2-2 count. Here is the delivery. Liner down the right field line. That's going to be the first base hit of the ball game. That will be a single on a sharp line drive to right field. Markham rounds first, but he retreats, and that will bring up Chris Wright. Wright facing Latchford with a runner on first and nobody out. Here comes the first pitch. It's a grounder toward third. The throw goes to second. The relay to first. That's a 5-4-3 double play. The infield defenses look good for both teams early on in this contest. And now Estacio comes to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Latchford with the delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and the inning is over. That was a fastball at 94, and he blew it right by. So now we go to the bottom of the second inning. It is 0-0 here in Portland. Longino leading off against Raider in the bottom of the second inning. 2-strike count. Raider working. Here comes the delivery. And there's a pop-up to right center field. The center fielder is chasing into the right center field alley, and it is caught. The cameraman gave us a tough angle there, but he did catch it for the first out of the inning. Woodard now batting with 1 out and nobody on. Raider with a full count. Here comes the pitch. Grounded towards short. Going back in short left field. The shortstop has it. He fires across the diamond, and that is out number 2. Guarnieri now batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Raider with a 3-0 count, looking to deliver the pitch. And there's a pop up to left, down the left field line, long run. The left fielder has it with 1 foot in foul territory to end the inning. So, there are no hits, no runners. It's just 3 up, 3 down. We go to the top of the third inning, 0-0 here in Portland. Latchford now facing Morales to lead off for Tampa in the top of the third. Latchford looking for the sign. Here's the delivery. Lined into center field. Adjusting is the center fielder, and he plays it on a hop. Guarnieri decides to play it safe, and that is the second base hit of the ball game for the Tampa Bay Rays. Andrade is now the batter with a runner on first and nobody out. Latchford with a 2-2 count, and there's a liner to the left. Left fielder going back. It's over his head. It's going all the way to the wall. This might drive in a run. The left fielder chases it back to the wall. The runners stop at second and third. So that is maybe a defensive miscalculation there in left field. But the Tampa Bay Rays are threatening here in the top of the third inning. Runners on second and third with nobody out. Chad Nigg coming up. He's 0 for 1 today. Latchford working out of a jam here in the top of the third inning. 2-2 count. Here's the delivery. And he hits him with the pitch. It looks like he hit him in the back ankle with that. I'm not sure exactly how you even managed to hit that spot. It was a curveball that just got away from him. So now the bases are loaded. So as my Little League coach would tell me, force at any base. Latchford facing Rosas, top of the third inning. Bases are loaded, nobody out. Here comes the delivery. Lined into center field, that's going to drive in some runs. It's a base hit, the center fielder has it. He throws it back in to all the way to home. It looks like 2 runs have scored, and Tampa takes a 2-0 lead in the top of the third inning. Andrade slides home safely just ahead of that throw. Credit Rosas with an RBI single. There are now runners on first and second with nobody out, and Tampa has a 2-0 lead. Latchford now working with a full count, and that's a liner to left. That's going to be another base hit. The throw comes back into the infield. It's not going to be in time. And another run is going to score. Oh, no, the run does not score. They held him at third. I'm sorry. It looked like the third base coach was waving him on, but that was not the case. So now the bases are loaded again, still with nobody out. Latchford working to close him with another full count. And there's a liner down to third base. The throw goes to second, the relay to first, and that is going to be a 5-4-3 double play. They concede the run, which makes it 3-0. And Tampa now has a runner on third with 2 outs. Markham, the next batter. Closen is not credited with an RBI in that instance because of the double play. Latchford now facing Markham with 1 ball count. 2 outs and a runner on third. Popped up on the infield. This should be it. The second baseman calls for it. He makes the catch and the inning is over. But not before Tampa strikes first. They take 3 runs and have a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the third inning. Raider now faces Fagan in the bottom of the third. Portland still looking for their first hit of this ball game. Here's a 2-ball count. And there is a liner, a 1-hopper at the first baseman, flipping to the pitcher covering, and that is out number 1. Quinones now faces Raider with 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Raider with the delivery. That is strike 3 at the knees. Quinones cannot believe it. That is a called strike 3 for the second out of the inning, and Raider now has his first strikeout of the day. Snyder batting with 2 outs and nobody on. Raider with a 1-2 count. Here comes the delivery. And a liner into center field. This might be it. A first base hit of the ball game for the Portland Privateers. A single to center. And Portland has a runner on first with 2 outs in the bottom of the third inning. Johnson now facing Raider. 2 outs, 1 man on, 2-2 count. Grounder back toward the mound. The pitcher has it. He throws to first. The throw is late. And that's going to be an infield single for Johnson as he burns his way down the first base line to beat out that throw. So now Mormon is the batter, actually representing the tying run here in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs, 2 men on. Mormon comes up to the plate, 2-ball count. And Mormon drives into the left field. That is going to drop in for another base hit. The runner rounds third. He's heading home. That is going to be the first run of the ball game for the Portland Privateers as we see the Privateers cut into Tampa's lead. It is now a 3-1 ball game. Mormon with the clutch bloop single to drive in the first run. And now Long facing Raider with 2 outs and still 2 men on base. Here comes the first pitch from Raider. He drives it in the air, center field deep, but the park is going to hold it. The center fielder gets back, and he makes the catch on the warning track. That is going to end the inning. So Portland strands 2. They drive in 1 run, and this is a 3-1 ball game going into the top of the 4th inning. Latchford on the mound, facing right to lead off the top of the 4th inning for Tampa. 2-2 is the count. Latchford, who struggled in the last inning, is looking to bounce back here. There's a grounder back toward the mound. Latchford has it. He flips to first, and that is out number 1. Astacio now facing Latchford with 1 out and nobody on. 1 ball is the count. Here comes the delivery. Popped up, short center field, going out as the shortstop. And he makes the catch on that short fly for out number 2. Latchford now faces Morales with 2 outs and nobody on. Here's a 3-1 count and the delivery. Popped up to center field. Guarnieri coming in, taking a few steps towards second base, and he makes the catch to end the inning. So the Rays go down in order. We go down to the bottom of the 4th of a 3-1 ball game. Longino coming up. Portland has a couple runs they need to make up to try to tie this ball game. Here's a full count. And here comes the delivery. And Raider delivers ball 4 low and away. So that is a leadoff walk for Portland. First runner is on base, and Woodard is the next batter. Longino over at first, taking the lead. 2-ball count. Here it comes. Popped up in foul territory. Third baseman chasing. And actually the catcher has it. He makes the play. That is out number 1. The runner holds at first. Guaniarni is next up with 1 out, 1 man on. 2-ball count. Here comes delivery. Driven in the air, left center field. That's going to be plenty high as the left fielder calls for it. Oh, the center fielder makes the catch. So that is going to be out number 2. The runner's still holding at first, and Fagan is the next batter. 2 outs, 1 man on, 1 and 2 count. Fagan drives it in the air, deep to right field, back to the fence, and it is gone! We have a tie ball game here in Portland, folks. 3-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. John Fagan went 346 feet over the right field wall, and this is a brand new ball game going into in the bottom of the 4th. 346 feet is kind of short out there to the right field fence, but he made it into the seats. Quinones now the batter, 2 outs and nobody on. Raider working with a full count. Here comes the delivery. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Quinones misses on that breaking ball. We go to the top of the 5th inning, all tied up at 3 here in Portland. Latchford the batter facing Andrate here in the top of the 5th. Latchford with a full count. Here comes the delivery. Popped up, right side, second baseman calls for it, and he makes the play for out number 1. Excuse me. Nig now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 1 and 2 is the count. Latchford working. Here's the pitch. Driven in the air, deep center field. Going back is Guaniarni. He's going to have... No, it gets over his head. It gets over his head and bounces to the wall. That is going to be a double. Man, he tried jumping for that, and he just could not quite get to it. So, now, Tampa has the go-ahead run on second base with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Latchford working to Rosas with a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. Popped up right center field. It looks like the center fielder's going to have that one, and he makes the catch for out number 2. No chance for the runner to tag up in advance there. 2 outs, 1 man on. Latchford working to Regazzi. Full count. Latchford with the delivery. That is low for ball 4. He misses with a circle change on a full count. That's a gutsy pitch to try to throw right there, but I guess that's what he decided to do. So Latchford now faces closing with 2 outs, 2 men on. Tie ball game here in Portland. 3-1 count. Latchford with the pitch. Driven in the air. Deep right center field. Going back, the center fielder at the warning track. He plays it off the wall. That's going to drive in some runs. Extra bases as he is going to slide into third with an RBI triple. So Tampa retakes the lead at 5-3 here in the top of the 5th inning. That was an RBI. It looks like it says an RBI double, but the runner is standing on third. I don't know why they're not treating that as an RBI triple. So now Jeff Aubuchon is coming out of the Portland bullpen. The manager has seen enough. He is going to go to the relief corps here in the top of the 5th. Aubuchon, during this season, through 59 2/3 innings, he walked 11, struck out 72 with a 4.37 ERA. Aubuchon faces Markham with a runner 90 feet away, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs already in. 1-1 is the count. Aubuchon looking for the sign. Here's the delivery. Driven in the air to center. Going back is Guaniarni. He's been running a lot out towards center field, and is he going to make the catch? Just short of the wall. So the catch is made, and the inning is over. Tampa leads 5-3 going into the bottom of the 5th inning. Portland sending Snyder up to the plate. This is going to be 9-1-2 in the order tonight in this half inning, as Portland has another hole to try to climb out of here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here's the delivery. Grounder towards short. Easy Sunday hop. The throw goes over to first. That is out number 1. Johnson now batting, facing Raider with 1 out, nobody on. 1-2 is the count. Raider delivers. Line down the third base line. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding first and heading for second as the ball rolls all the way down into the corner. And we have a one-out double here in the bottom of the fifth inning. So Portland trying to get something going. With Mormon coming up to the plate. One out, runner in scoring position. Mormon waits for the one-ball count. Here's the pitch. Lined into the gap in right center field. That one is going all the way. One hop off the wall. And it takes a funny carom out there in the outfield. Mormon is heading to second. That'll be an RBI double. This is now a 5-4 contest here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Portland gets one back. And they only trail now by one. Raider facing Long. It makes me wonder how much patience they're going to have for Raider in this situation also. Raider facing Long. He's at 83 pitches. One out, runner in scoring position. 1-1 is the count. Raider looking for the sign. Here comes the delivery. Line down the right field line. That's going to be another base hit. Rounding first and stopping. That is going to be a single. So now there's runners on the corners with one out as Mormon advances to third. Longino now the batter. One out, two men on. The tying run is 90 feet away. Raider working with a full count. Here's the pitch. Strike three, called at the knees. Wright made a good job out of framing that one up for the umpire. So Longino goes down looking. Now there's two outs and two men on. Woodard is the next batter. Raider with a 3-1 count facing Woodard. Here comes the pitch. And that was low. There was no amount of framing that was going to make that one look good. So the walk is issued. The bases are now loaded. And next up is Guarniarni. Guarniarni is 1 for 20 on the postseason and 0 for 2 today. So I guess you could say he's due for a big hit. Raider facing Guarniarni with two outs and the bases loaded. Portland down by one. 1-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss for strike three. Man, Guarniarni looked like he had a hole in his bat on that one. So we're going to the top of the sixth inning. Portland gets one back. They leave the bases loaded. It is a 5-4 contest going to the top of the sixth inning. Aubuchon coming back out to pitch. Facing right. 2-1 count, top of the sixth inning. Here it comes. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop has it. He throws over to first. 6-3 is the out, as that is the first out recorded in the sixth inning. Estacio now the batter. One out, nobody on. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. That was a slider, and he just swung right over it as it dove down and away. So now Aubuchon faces Morales with two outs and nobody on. Full count, Aubuchon with the pitch. Check swing, strike three, and that is going to be the end of the inning. 99-mile-an-hour fastball. So the deficit is still one for Portland as they go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Fagan now leading off against Raider here in the bottom of the sixth. 1-ball count. Raider looking for the sign. Here comes the pitch. Popped up right field. Coming in fast as the right fielder. He's going to make the running play, and that is out number one. Quinones now the batter with one out, nobody on. 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch. And that is inside for ball four. So the walk is issued. Quinones heads down to first, representing the tying run. Next up is Snyder with one out, one man on. Raider faces Snyder with a 2-2 count. And a liner into right field, that's a base hit. Quinones, who is literally might be the slowest man on the Portland team, has to stop at second. And now there's first and second with one out, and Johnson is the batter here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Raider faces Johnson with Tampa ahead by one. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. That was a curveball that dove down and in on him. Not much of a chance there for Johnson as he strikes out for the second out of the inning. And now Mormon comes up. Mormon is 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs today. Facing Raider with 2 outs, 2 men on in the bottom of the sixth inning. 1-1 is the count. Raider looking for the sign. Here is the pitch. And it's a grounder toward third. Picked up and thrown across the diamond, and the inning is over. So 5-3 records the putout. Portland strands 2 as Tampa hangs on to the 1-run lead going into the top of the seventh inning. Aubuchon, now coming out for his third inning of work, is facing Andrade here in the top of the seventh inning. Aubuchon came in partway through the fifth, and he induces the pop-up to short center field. Going out as the second baseman, he makes the catch for out number 1. Nig now the batter, Abishan working with 1 out, nobody on base, 3-1 count. Here is the pitch, and that is low for ball 4, so the walk is issued, and Tampa has a base runner here in the top of the 7th inning. Rosas facing Abishan, 1 out and 1 man on. Abishan trying to hold the deficit to 1. Here's a 1-strike pitch. And it gets away. It goes all the way back to the backstop, and the runner is going to easily advance to second. So now with a runner in scoring position and 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, Abishan still working to Rosas for the 1-1 count. And they're going to intentionally walk him to set up the force and hopefully set up the inning double play. Ragazzi now facing Abishan, lefty versus lefty. Top of the 7th inning, 1 out, 2 men on. 2-1 is the count. Abishan delivers. There's a liner into center field. That's not going to be a double play. Gagliardi plays it on a hop. He throws it back in, but the run scores, and now that is an RBI single as the Tampa Bay Rays reestablish the 2-run lead. It is now 6-4 in favor of Tampa, and Abishan now facing Closen with 1 out and 2 men on in the top of the 7th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him with the changeup there, way out in front of it. That is out number 2. Markham now the batter, 2 outs, 2 men on. Abishan facing Markham with a 2-2 count. And strike 3 is called at the knees, so the inning is over. We're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Tampa is ahead 6-4. And now, a word from our sponsors today. The sponsors of the ALCS is going to be the newest James Bond movie, No, I Haven't Died Yet, and it features Daniel Radcliffe as the new James Bond. Cantu now coming out to pitch for Tampa Bay. He has in the season pitched 43 1/3 innings, 19 walks, 37 strikeouts, and a 3.12 ERA. Cantu facing long as Portland is trying to get back into this ball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Check swing for strike 3. That is out number 1. A fastball at 98, and he got him all crossed up with that one. Longino now the batter. 1 out, nobody on. 3-0 count. Here comes the pitch. There is ball 4 outside, so a 4-pitch walk. Another fastball at 99, but way outside. So runner on first brings the tying run to the plate. That is Woodard here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cantu faces Woodard. 3-0 count. And outside again. Back-to-back walks. And now Tampa is threatening here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out and 2 men on. And Veach is coming out of the bullpen to pitch for Tampa. He is going to relieve with 2 men on, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. Tampa up by 2. And a pinch hitter as the wheels are really starting to turn here in this ball game. Both managers trying to make moves to establish an advantage. Josh Savage comes off the bench for Portland. On the season, he hit 1 home run in 189 at-bats, but he did hit 254 with a 325 OBP. So Veach facing Savage, righty versus lefty. 1-2 is the count. Veach gets him to swing and miss for strike 3. That is a fastball at 92 for out number 2. Fagan now the batter. Veach facing Fagan. Veach facing Fagan with 2 outs and a runner on first and second. 1-1 is the count. Here comes the delivery. Line down the right field line. That is going back. It's going to be off the wall. Is that going to drive in both runs or just one? 1 run scores. The throw comes home, and the runner is tagged at home. The potential tying run is tagged out at home to end the inning. The first run does count. It's now a 6-5 ball game going into the top of the 8th inning. So Abishan coming back out to pitch in the 8th inning. This is a little bit surprising, I'm not going to lie. Wright coming up to face Abishan for, I think, the second time in this game. I don't know how many times relievers go through the lineup more than once. Abishan facing Wright. Here comes the first pitch. Abishan with the delivery. Grounder towards second. The throw over to first. That is out number 1. Astachio now facing Abishan with 1 out, nobody on. 2-1 is the count. Here comes the delivery. Grounder towards short. The throw goes over to first. That is out number 2. Abishan now faces Morales with 2 outs and nobody on. Full count. Abishan with the pitch. And a check swing for strike 3. That is going to end the inning. So Abishan sets him down in order. Proving me wrong. Probably for not the first time tonight. We're going to go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is a 6-5 Tampa Bay lead. Pence now comes out of the Tampa bullpen to face the Portland lineup here in the bottom of the 8th inning. He's going to face 8-9-1 and try to work on a 2-inning save, excuse me, here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-run Tampa lead, 2-2 count. Pence looking for the sign. Here comes the delivery. There is strike 3 called on the outside corner. A fastball at 100 miles an hour. And now we're going to Snyder with 1 out, nobody on. Snyder with a 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Pence. And it's a swing and a miss for strike 3 that time. So that is out number 2. Pence, I think, is fooling with this unorthodox delivery that he has. He's now facing Johnson with 2 outs, nobody on. Pence with the delivery. Here it comes. Driven in the air, deep to right field. The right fielder, a few steps short of the warning track, gets under it and makes the play to end the inning. So, Portland goes down in order as Tampa's coming up to the top of the 9th inning, hanging on to a 1-run lead. And Abishan still coming out to work. He still apparently has gas left in the tank to pitch in the 9th inning. Abishan faces Andrade with a 3-1 count. Here comes the delivery. Lined into center field. That's going to be a leadoff base hit. Guarniardi cuts it off so it doesn't go all the way to the wall. A leadoff single for Andrade here in the top of the 9th inning. Next up is Nig, and now Aaron Sweet comes out of the bullpen. So Sweet is here to protect the 1-run deficit with a runner on first and nobody out in the top of the 9th inning. Sweet working with the first pitch. The runner goes. There is no throw down to second. Quinones loses the handle on the ball, and Andrade is in there with a stolen base. Sweet now facing Nig with a 2-strike count. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 called. That was a belt-high fastball. I do not know how Nig let that one go by. So, first out of the inning, runner remains on second. Rosas now batting. Top of the 9th inning. 2-2 is the count. Here comes the pitch. Hopped up, deep to right, going back to the right fielder toward the warning track, and he looks up and makes the catch for out number 2. The runner is going to tag up and advance to third. And now we have 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. Ragazzi facing Sweet here in the top of the 9th inning. Here comes the... Oh, they're going to intentionally walk Ragazzi. Put him over at first. His run is apparently meaningless. And then we're going to go on to the next batter, which is Closen. Closen is 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs today. He's facing Sweet with 2 outs and runners on the corners in the top of the 9th inning. Sweet with the pitch. There's a grounder towards second. Scooped up, thrown over to first, and the inning is over. So the strategy works, apparently. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning, and Portland is down by 1. Mormon, Long, and Longino are coming up to the plate this inning. If Portland's going to come back, they got the right guys coming up to make it happen. Pence still on the mound. He threw 11 pitches in that 8th inning. Now he's coming out to try to close this down in the 9th. Mormon waiting for the first pitch. Here it comes. Driven into the gap in left center field. That is going to drop in for a leadoff single. So Portland has the tying run on base in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now with a runner on first, Long comes up. Lefty versus lefty here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Pence facing Long, 2-2 count. The suspense is building. Here it comes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Got him on the high fastball. He chased one up as he just rang him up the ladder right there. And now Longino bats with a runner on first, 1 out, bottom of the 9th inning. Pence working. Here's the 2-strike pitch. And another swing and a miss for strike 3. That time it was a fastball down and in. And Longino just swung right through it. So now Woodard comes up as Portland is down to its final out. Pence facing Woodard in the bottom of the 9th inning. 2 outs, tying run on first. 3-1 count. Here it comes. Checked his swing. He is awarded the walk. Man, that was a generous call by the umpire. So the runner heads down to first. The lead runner, Mormon, goes over to second. And now, fan favorite Nate Canfield comes in to bat here in the bottom of the 9th inning. With 2 outs and 2 men on, Pence facing Canfield in the bottom of the 9th inning. The tying run is in scoring position. Pence working. First pitch to Canfield. It gets away. It goes all the way to the backstop. The runners advance, and now the tying run is 90 feet away. The winning run is in scoring position. Canfield now standing at the plate with a 1-ball count. Pence continuing to work. He's pacing around the mound now. Here's a 2-1 pitch to Canfield. And Canfield lines it into left field. 1 run is going to score. They wave the next runner around. The left fielder throws home. And Portland wins the ball game. Canfield drives in 2 on an RBI single in the bottom of the 9th inning. And Portland comes back to win. A dramatic 1-run victory here in the bottom of the 9th inning. They walk it off with the Canfield RBI single. So now Portland takes the 1-0 lead in the ALCS with a 7-6 victory. Sweet earns the win, pitching a scoreless 9th inning. Pence suffers the loss, going an inning and 2/3, striking out 4, walking 1, and allowing 2 earned runs. Mormon is the player of the game. He went 3 for 4 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. That was a very dramatic back and forth game. That was a lot of fun to call. Game 1 is over. Check us out for Game 2 coming up. Thank you for watching Replacement Player Baseball.